So let's be honest, there are features on the 2026 Honda Accord that most owners are never gonna find. And some of these can drastically affect your day-to-day driving of the vehicle. The average owner only uses about half of the features that are available on the car. And I don't want you owning this thing for you only to go, damn, I didn't even know it could do that. That's why today we're gonna go over some tips, some tricks, and hidden features on the 2026 Honda Accord. So today, all the tips and tricks on performing are going to be on a 2026 Honda Accord EXL. So this isn't the very top trim and it's not the very bottom trim. Just want you to know which car we're working on. So the 2026 Honda Accord is set up with smart key entry. And what that means is if I have this key in my pocket and I walk up, all I got to do is put my hand on the door handle and it'll unlock my door for me. But what it doesn't do is unlock your passenger doors. But you can change that. Let me show you how. We're going to go into vehicle settings. When you get into vehicle settings, you want to choose keyless access setup. When you get into keyless access setup, it's actually gonna be your first option, door unlock mode. From here, you're gonna change that to all doors. So if you're anything like me, you're probably constantly on the go and you've got bags with you, and whether it's laptops or cameras or wherever it is, you get out of the car and you get into the grocery store, you start walking into work and you go, oh my God, I don't know if I locked my doors. And then what do you gotta do? You gotta turn around and walk back and try to hit the locks to make sure you get the door locked, or go back and actually touch the doors to make sure it's locked. Well, you can actually change that. You can set up to where when you get 10 feet from the car, it'll automatically lock the doors. Let me show you how. So to set up the walk away auto lock, we wanna go into vehicle settings. Now, when we get into vehicle settings, we wanna go to door setup down here in the corner. Now, under door setup, we want the walkaway auto lock and we want to turn this on. By default, it's always off. So the next feature I want to show you, Honda's actually had for quite a while. Did you know that if you're walking up to the car and you press the unlock button and then press it and hold it, all the time that you hold it, it'll actually roll down your windows and your moonroof. Super cool feature, but what if this was in my pocket and I was laying on the couch and actually rolled onto it? Could I open this during a storm? 100% you could, but you can turn this feature off. Let me show you how. So to turn the auto roll down feature off, we're gonna go into vehicle settings. When we go into vehicle settings, we wanna go into door setup. Now, when we get into door setup, we are gonna wanna scroll down until you see keyless remote power window controls. We're gonna turn that feature off. So these next couple tricks are related to your gas door. So the first thing I wanna point out is your gas door is connected to your door lock. So if your door locks are unlocked, this will pop open. Now, the second piece that I wanna do is come around to the back here. If you ever run out of gas, God forbid that happen, but I want to show you something. I'm going to flip this up, but what I want to talk to you about is this funnel. If you ever ran out of gas and you're on the side of the road, you may not have a gas can. Well, this has a double valve system. There's a valve here and a valve deeper down. You're going to need something to be able to hold this open to pour gas down into it. That is the function of this little funnel. Now, while we're talking about the gas door though, if this door ever gets stuck, right, know that you can come around to the back here, and up in the corner up here, there's gonna be a little wire that you can pull. You can pull this wire to help pop this door open. So I wanna talk to you about the door lock controls in the back of the Accord. So currently the way the car is set up, until the driver turns the car off and opens their door, it won't unlock the remaining doors of the car. So if you've ever been in the back of someone's car and you're trying to get out and you're pulling on, you're going, how do I get out? And then you have to manually do this. Well, you can change that to where when they shift to park or when they turn the ignition off, it'll unlock all the doors. Let me show you how. So to affect the door unlocking controls, I want to go to vehicle settings. In vehicle settings, I want to go to door setup. When I get into door setup, it's gonna be the second one down, auto door unlock. I can select this and now I'm gonna have multiple options. Currently it's set to where when the driver opens their door, it then unlocks the remaining doors. I can change it to when you shift to park, you turn the ignition off, or you can completely turn this function off. Here's a fun little Easter egg you may enjoy. So if you see the small card that's up here in the front, really cool trick. If I touch the brakes, notice the brake lights come on. If I turn on the lights come on. If I turn on the blinker, it even puts the blinker on the correct side. Pretty cool trick. So the Honda Accord has a camera that lives right up here, and it's used for things like lane keep assist, which keeps you centered to lane, or road departure mitigation, keep you from drifting off the shoulder of the road. But that same camera can actually detect speed signs when you pass them, and it can present them down in the dash. And on top of that, it can even alert you if you're going 3 over or 5 over or even 10 over, but you got to set it up. Let me show you how. For speed sign recognition, we're going to go to vehicle settings. Now, when we get to vehicle settings, we want to go to driver assist system setup. Now, in driver assist system setup, we're going to go to a traffic sign recognition and make sure that feature is turned on. So that's the first part, is make sure it's turned on. From there, you say, hey, I want to get those speed alerts, right? So you're going to select that. When you do, it's going to create this third option. From there, you can then pick, do I want it when I'm hitting the speed limit, when I'm going 3 over, when I'm going 5 over, or when I'm going 10 over. So the Honda Accord is set up with a remote start. And if you haven't bought a car in the last 10 years, you might not know much about this. So let's talk about that for a second. You'd have to make sure the doors are locked. From there, you'd hit this round button and you'd hold it. And in a second, you're going to see the lights flash and then the car will crank on. Now, once it cranks on, the car still isn't fully running because I've got to walk up to the car. Now the doors are locked, so I'd have to be able to get in. So I'm gonna use smart key entry to get in. Once I get in, I have to have the key in the car, and I would have to put my foot on the brake and tap the start button for the car to fully turn on. Now, if the idea of remote start still makes you uncomfortable and you want to turn the feature off, know that you can. Let me show you how. If you want to turn remote start off, we're going to go into vehicle settings. Now, when we go into our vehicle settings, we want to go to keyless access setup. It's going to be right over here. Now, when we get in here, we're going to scroll down. It's about 3 or 4 down. You see remote start system on off. You would just turn that feature off. So I recently shot a video on the Pelsee S3 Touch. This is a dash cam, and I compared this to my current one, which cost me like twice as much. But that's not the point. The point is, if you go watch this video and you leave a comment that says Pelsee S3 Touch, I'm gonna pick someone to give this guy too. So if you'd like to win a free dash cam, go over there, check out the video, and leave the comment. So if you're like me, at some point you have wished that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto was fully unlocked, right? Just let me go into the Play Store and download any app I want. Let me take advantage of my streaming services. Well, that's exactly what you're seeing here. You're gonna notice that I've got Spotify, I've got Netflix, I've got Yahoo Mail, I've got TikTok, I've got Prime Video, all kinds of different things, and I'm able to open them up and take advantage of them. Now, how I'm doing this is not something that's necessarily a hack through Honda. This is something you have to purchase. So just a heads up on that, but this specifically is the CPC 200T box. It's made by Carlink Kit. If you happen to be one of those people who drives a lot in your car, takes a lot of road trips, how nice is it to be able to pull up a video and actually be able to watch it and take advantage of it? So if you jump into apps like Spotify, what's really cool about this, when you run searches, obviously you can type in your search whether you're driving or not. Really kind of nice to be able to take advantage of that, especially for me because I drive with the doors and the top off a lot. And when you jump into an artist, so I picked Morgan Wallen here for an example, when you scroll down, it's going to give you the full version of the app. And what I mean by that is I've got songs that I've liked, they're popular songs, discographies, anything that they're featured on, the full version. So this is like if you open it up on your phone or on your laptop, what Spotify would look like. For that reason, I really like this. So if it's something you're interested in, I'll throw a link down in the description. Take advantage of it. I've got a coupon code. I'm an affiliate. Just something that's out there that you can use in your Accord. So have you ever locked your keys inside of your car? Well, I want to talk to you about that related to the Honda. With the smart keys and lockout prevention, the way the car is set up is if I left my key in the car and I tried to lock the doors and I try to get out of it, it's not going to lock. It actually just unlocked the doors to prevent me from leaving the keys inside of it, right? Pretty cool feature. That way you never lock these inside the car. However, there are times when you may want to lock your keys in the car, right? Maybe I got a tow truck coming to pick it up, or I've got a friend coming to pick it up, and I want to be able to allow the doors to stay locked with the key inside of it. Let me show you how to set that up. So to turn off vehicle lockout prevention, we're going to go into vehicle settings. When we get into vehicle settings, we want to go to keyless access setup. Now, when we get into keyless access setup, we want to scroll down to lockout prevention. You're going to see it on right here. If you ever touch this, it'll explain what it is for all these features, but know that you can turn this off. So in years past, I think a lot of people know that you typically see a number on a key and that'll associate to like memory seating in the car. But Honda's taken that a couple steps further. Now you can actually set up profiles. Now, you're going to see profile settings right here, and you're also going to see my profile up here where I can jump into it, right? And you can finish setting it up and select all these different things. Now, what's really cool about this is I want to explain a couple things. One is that profiles allows you to have multiple profiles for a vehicle, because you might only have 2 keys, but you may have more than 2 drivers, right? So that's where this can become really cool. So if I'm coming in here and I go to manage profiles, I'll show you what's linked to your profile. So some different things. So your general settings, your climate control, your driver assisted system setup. So that's going to be like some of the safety features in the car, door lock setups, meters, and the seat controls as well. But one thing that I really like is it also can be tied to your button arrangement, right? So I've arranged all these different buttons. Now you can see I've got profile settings, vehicle settings, right? So I wasn't jumping all around, just Android Auto because I use an Android phone. But if I go into profile settings and change profiles, let me come into owner, right? So this is just like the generic default one, and I'm going to click OK. When I do that, now when I go in here, you're going to notice all the buttons have changed, right? So pretty cool that it'll do that. It'll even change the buttons over here if I've changed those as well. So it's really nice to be able to affect these things. So if you want to create a profile, how do you do that? We go into profile settings. We're going to go to change profile. Now under change profile, you can see where I've created the Honda review one, and then there's the classic owner, and of course there's the guest. You can just go to add profile. From there, it's going to prompt you, yes, do you want to add a new one? You'd hit OK. From there, it's going to prompt you to name it. And then after you've named it, you can select what accesses you want to give it. And then we're going to hit done. Now from here, you're now user 1. You can affect any of these things. Now, how do you affect where the button placement is? Well, let's talk about that for a second. Maybe you only have an iPhone, so you're never going to use Android Auto. If you just hold this button, it's going to pull up the wizard right here. Now, once I get into the wizard, you can hide this. All I've got to do is pull it up here and hide it, right? So if there's certain buttons you're never going to use, like FM, you're like, I'm never going to use the FM button. You can just hide these things. So understand you can rearrange all these things. Now, once you've done that, you're just going to hit the back button. Understand you can also affect all the buttons over here on the side. So if you want to do that, hold one of them, and then it'll prompt you with all these different buttons, and you can select what you want to drop over there. So let's say I wanted to drop the compass over. I'd grab the compass, drop it in a place of something, and now it'll place it there. So now it'll live over here on the shortcuts. And then once I'm done, just hit back and back out. Now it'll hold all those, and it'll hold all of these. Now, if you ever need to get to something that you've hidden, let me explain how you're going to do that. You're going to want to come in here and scroll across until you see all apps. From there, you can then come in and see where I hid Android Auto earlier. I can turn that back on. So now it will exist back here inside of the buttons. So you can see Android Auto has reappeared. So I want to talk to you about the parking brake, but related to this next trick, you're gonna need to have your seatbelt on. All right, so I've got into my car, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up, right? And I put my seatbelt on. Now, if I've left the parking brake on, normally if you're like me, you'd forget that it was on and then you go and you'd be like, why am I not moving? However, if you put your seatbelt on and then you shift to drive, if I touch the gas, it'll automatically release the parking brake for me. Now, if you like the idea of the parking brake automatically setting whenever you turn the car off, maybe you live on a hill, or maybe that just makes you feel more comfortable, know that you can actually set that up. Let me show you how. So the first thing you're gonna do is turn your vehicle on. So I've turned the car on, right? Now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up on the parking brake until we hear noises. Okay, so we heard it start beeping, now we release. Now we're gonna pull it up again, and on the second beep, we're gonna release it. Now we have set it for this feature to work. So I'm gonna turn the car off to show you an example, right? So, okay, let's pretend we crank up the car, right? We're gonna go ahead and turn it on, put it in drive. I'm gonna turn the parking brake off. So I'm gonna move forward a couple feet, just pretend we were driving. I'm gonna put the car in park, great. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car off, and it automatically set the parking brake for me. Now let's talk about what brake hold is. Now remember, gotta have your seatbelt on for this feature to work. So, brake hold. You're gonna see the button over here. If I press this button, what you'll see is you'll see the word brake hold appear over here in the dash. You're gonna see a little green box. Now, if I have the car in drive, it'll say hold right now. And what that hold button underneath it means is it's holding the brake. So I don't have to put my foot on the brake, even though the car's in drive. Now, if I start to move forward, it'll release the hold. And then when I come to the next stop, it'll hold it again, and I can release my foot while the car is in drive. This is good if you're in like stop and go traffic, or maybe you're in a drive-through line. Now remember, you gotta have your seatbelt on. If you take your seatbelt off with this feature, it's immediately gonna do something. It's gonna engage the parking brake so that this doesn't engage and you roll into the car in front of you. So if you need to take your seatbelt off to reach out the window to maybe reach that ATM bank teller or the person handing you your Taco Bell, then know that this is what's going to happen. But that's what brake hold is. It's a convenience feature designed just to help you out and take some tension off your leg. So the way Hondas are designed now, the door locks, the trunk, pretty much everything is electronic. So what does that mean? It means if your car battery dies, how am I going to get into the car because it's electronically controlled? Or even worse, how am I going to get into the trunk? Well, let me explain exactly how you can do that, because you'll notice I don't have anywhere to just put in a key, and I don't really have a key. So if you come to your fob, there's a little button you can press on the side right here, and you're gonna be able to pop out an actual key. So this is the piece you need to start the car, but this will actually get you into the door. Let me explain. If you come over to the door, right, you're not gonna see anything here, but if you lift the handle up, you're gonna see that underneath there's actually a place to put the key in. That'll allow you to put the key in and then unlock a door. So if the car was dead, okay, we've got into the main cabin. Now, how would I get to the back and how would I get to the very back? Well, you're gonna have to manually get in here and reach back here and open the lock, right? Once you've done that, that would then allow you to get into this second door. Now the question is, how do I get in the trunk? Because that's electronically controlled as well. So let me explain that. If you need to get into the trunk, you're gonna see a little panel right here. If you press on this corner, you can pop this sucker up. Now, what you're gonna see right there is a spot to put in the key. That's where you would use this key. Once you get the key all the way down in there, all you gotta do, and you've popped your trunk open. So in your dash cluster, there can be a lot going on. I've got these green lights to let me know fuel efficiency as far as the way I'm driving. It'll light up green and turn off. And I've got like the seatbelt reminder here, and I've got, you know, tachometers, and I've got speed. I've got all these different things going on. Know that if this is just too busy for you, you can turn off and affect some of these things. So let's go over that. The first thing is I want to explain how you can affect this. So I'm going to use the controls right here. Now, if I come down here, you're going to get to gauge display settings. Now we're going to select gauge display, right? So in gauge design, this is going to give you some options. So right now we're set up in round. You can select bars to where if you want to move some stuff off to the side, kind of nice to know. You can go round minimal. So if you just want still the round setup, but hey, I don't need as much showing, you can take advantage of that as well. Or you can go to bar minimal, right? So there's a lot of different things you can do here to create less clutter if that's a concern for you. So let's talk about Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So I use a Google Pixel 10. So I'm going to show you this for Android Auto, but it won't make a difference, right? So let's jump in here. The first thing I want to show you is you can affect the display. If you want your GPS to show up on the left side and your audio to show up on the right side, you can change that. All you're going to do is come in here. From there, you're going to want to come down to your settings. So I'm going to jump into my settings. When I get into settings, I want to scroll down to where I see change layout. From there, I can select layout and say, hey, I want the navigation to be closer to me. Now when that's set up, if I jump back to the home screen, you'll see navigation's here, and then my audio is over on the right side. Now, the second thing that I want to show you is you can set up custom actions. And what I mean by that is you're going to notice I have a few things up here. So like if I touch this button, at this point, all I'd have to do is hit start and it'll take me to the nearest Taco Bell. And you can do this for anything, right? I can do the nearest gas station. It's kind of helpful if you drive a lot and you're like, hey, I just need to be able to locate the nearest gas station because I'm in an unfamiliar area, right? And you can even do this with stops and use this, right? So this is just an example. Now you can do these custom actions for a lot of different things, but this is just one of the most helpful ones that I found. The secondary piece of this is if you call somebody a lot, you can create basically an icon for them to where when you select it, it'll automatically start calling that person. So I've listed myself here as just the example. Now, if you want to set these up, let me show you how to do that. To do that, what you're going to do is you're going to come down here and select the Customize button. When you select the Customize button, it's going to pull up your launcher. Now, this looks a little bit different on Android Auto than it does for Apple CarPlay, but it's very similar. So if I wanted to add a shortcut or an action, right, I would select this. From here, if it's call a contact, select that, go find your contact and select them, right? Pretty easy, and then it'll add it. Now, if it's creating a custom action, I would do an assistant action, right? From here, I want the command that I want. Now, if it's GPS related, I might go directions to Whataburger. From there, I would then label that action. After you've done that, you can either test the command, or if you're confident in it, you can just go ahead and create the shortcut. Anything that you create, it's going to drop it down here at the very bottom. So you'll see Whataburger down here, and then you want to drag it up to wherever you want it to live. While we're in here and I'm doing this though, I want to point something out. If you ever want to rearrange the order of any of your apps, this is where you do it. So if you said, hey, I don't need Honda first, I want Whataburger to be first, and then I want my calendar to be second, all of these things, you can rearrange it. Once you've got that set up, you're just going to want to disconnect, right? So I'm going to disconnect and reconnect back up. If you're using a wireless CarPlay, no big deal, just restart the car, right? Once you've done that, it'll load back up. I'm going to select this and you're going to notice Whataburger is first, my calendar is second. So all of those changes I've made are now showing on the screen. All right, guys, so as we head out of here, I want to remind you of a couple things. One, make sure you go over to that Pelsee S3 video that I made and leave a comment that says Pelsee S3 Touch so that you get a chance to win this guy, because love to give away a free dash cam. Two, if you're interested in other product reviews, like the CPC 200T box that I mentioned on there, where it'll let you stream and take advantage of like the full version of Android Auto, right? I hope that you go check out the video on that. I will have links on both of these down in the description of the YouTube video. So feel free to take advantage of that. If you want to buy either one of these, know that I'll have coupon codes you can take advantage of as well. Other than that, I just want to ask for a couple favors. One, I hope you'll like the video because you like the way I present the content. Two, I hope you leave a comment if you feel like there's a tip or trick that I missed. I would love to add to this. Three, I hope you subscribe to the channel so when I produce content like this, you'll get it. Four, I hope you share the video, man. If you got some friends that own an Accord or thinking about buying one, I hope to just show this so they can see all the cool things it can do.